What's going on, Vault-Tec Productions, and I'm just going to be doing a quick little look at some of the construction of the armored mobile base I did quite a while ago. Have a video showing this off, and I was just requested to show it a little bit more in terms of the actual building of it and how its construction is, so I'm just going to go over some of that real quick. And we'll start with the base. I've already dismantled some things just to make it a little quicker and easier to show you. So for a nice sturdy base on the bottom of this, I basically used a whole bunch of this part here and just lined them up in the shape I wanted, and they're all connected with Technic pins, as you can see here. And that just allows it to be really sturdy. And then I just put some plates on the bottom there. I already removed some, it'd be all symmetrical, but yeah, that allowed me lots of nice easy structure, and just to quickly get the shape I wanted, then I started working from there. So just a lot of these. There's one of the bigger ones here, but I could have easily just done two of these. I don't know why exactly I used a big one there, probably just because I had it. And then yeah, just lots of these Technic brick parts for the it's extended here a little bit with just one of those bricks just to hold these treads here. And the treads over on this side are using these pieces. I'm not sure what it's called, but these are smaller treads with smaller wheels than the bigger ones, so they needed to be further down to line up properly. And so just did some simple assembly. So there's another layer of plates just to hold that all together. And it's literally using these parts all the way through, even for the driver cockpit over here. Just uses two of them. And they're all connected with pins, so that's pretty simple how I did that. And then just covered the shape I made up in the plates here. So pretty easy and quickly allowed me to get the shape I wanted for this build. For the walls, I've already dismantled some of this, but it's pretty much just doing this everywhere. Just lots of the stud on the side pieces, just a whole bunch of them. Specifically these ones, because it allows you to get, oh, it's a little too bright to, there we go. Just to line things up a little bit more. I'm using these two pieces mostly, as well as the half ones of this. That's just half of that. And if you are working with these pieces, you need to keep in mind that if you put this type of one on the bottom, that will line up fine and you'll be able to attach like that. But if you put it on top, there will be a bit of a gap, and you can fix that by doing what I did here, which is just having a layer of two plates, which will allow that to line up properly. So yeah, literally just tons of these pieces all around, even on the corners like here, just to tile up pretty much everything I can to give it kind of the armored look I was going for. I already took some treads off there so you can see the construction of that tread system. I pretty much borrowed it from an Indiana Jones set I used to have a long time ago. And I did swap out some things, like using these pieces here to extend it and get that to connect there. And yeah, for this side of the studs on the side stuff, it's a little bit different of a pattern than it is here. For whatever reason, I only had one plate in between here instead of two, so there's a gap going through there. But I actually like how that looks, though I do think that was probably an accident when I originally did it. But so literally just the sides are all covered in these studs on the side pieces, and it's just covered with plates. For the interior, I did every once in a while put some facing inward, just to have mounts for things on the inside. If you've seen the video, you know I made all kinds of different furniture and ways to decorate the inside of this, so I just have lots of connection points there. And so there's the layer of the Technic parts with just some plates underneath to hold those together. Then a single layer of plates that you can see here, and then I just tiled up the inside. So only 3 layers of plates and tiles, generally speaking, for most of it. For these wheels and stuff in the cockpit, it does get a little thicker, but pretty simple. We'll go ahead and move on to the roof, I guess. The top part is all tiled up, just one layer of plates above all the construction I did, and you can see the door here, only one plate there above that, and then it goes straight into the tiles, and that allows the roof to be modular and just slide right on. The roof, super simple, literally just a layer of plates with a very small amount of plates underneath to hold it all together, and then just the roof is all tiled up. Not really anything complicated going on here. I did use a single piece for this hatch, one of these bigger 4x4 hatch pieces, then just a single layer of tiles, and the dish is connected via a 1x2 jumper. So that's all nice and simple. These are all just have a bunch of these 2x2 jumpers just straight down in a row, which allows me to connect these nicely on the back. And yeah, pretty simple construction. Barely being held together really, but it still holds together really strong with the plates on top, the tiles on top holding it, and then the plates on bottom holding it. And I specifically put plates in particular parts, like here just is right on the edge, which just allows it to slide in there, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's locked in just because of the plate placement on the inside. So we'll move on to the back door now. That's one of the more complicated parts of the build, I would say. And basically, I did an interesting construction with these. So taking off these sloped parts, I just have these two assemblies here, which have go together like that, and they have studs on the bottom side, and they're just lined up using plates and tiles to get a nice fit there. And that allows me to put these on the side, on the back, because this is studs going that way. So doing that, I can just attach those nice and easy like that. Pretty simple assembly actually, but there we go. And then that just opens like that. And yeah, that's all pretty simple. As I said, it's actually a really simple build. Looking at the cockpit, pretty much just all those same things I showed you, just lots of stud on the side parts like that. Pretty much everywhere I could fit them. Here is the rest of the cockpit already dismantled. Just very simple construction. Some of those, these parts here that I've used for most of it, I put some facing inward just to get some controls and stuff like that on the inside of these windows here, which would go on like that. And yeah, spinny chair in the middle. Let's see if I can... It's all pretty simple construction. Also, the doors are missing. I had to borrow them for something. But yeah, all pretty simple. I used some rails here just to go underneath the treads there, and to kind of hide this gap a little bit, that there's a gap there. And then I also used some of those same rail pieces, just like in front of the door here. Just to give a little bit more protection, I guess, for the door. Yeah, very simple construction, just tons of tiles and tons of stud on the side pieces. That's really all the build is, very simple. Just a whole lot of these for the base, and then a whole lot of this stuff for the walls, and then just everything else is tiles and plates. So yeah, it's actually a really simple build. And very roomy, very spacey, because it just is square walls, no fancy shapes done, which allows me to get the maximum interior space I needed. Of course, some ladders under the doors to imply that the minifigures can actually get up there somehow. And yeah, lots of this stuff going on with the pins here, which allows me to just kind of hide up the Technic holes. With the treads, if the treads are on there, those should be hidden a little bit. Like on this last side, you can still see them a little bit there, but the treads pretty much cover that up. Unfortunately, there's some there sticking out, but yep, very simple build. Just covering all the outside with tiles, just a single layer of bricks like these. And as you can see, just kind of like just one brick thick wall there, going all the way around. Very simple construction, so I hope this was helpful, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.